In this video, we are going to look at the easy way or trick to find the group, period, and block of elements between 1 and 30 of the periodic table. Having known that, let's begin with this example. Let's we are given this element magnesium, and we ask to find the group, period, and block of magnesium. As we all know, magnesium has 12 atomic number. Okay, so let's do the atomic structure of magnesium. So it will be something like this. Okay, since it has 12 atomic number, so this is the first shell, contains a maximum number of 2 electrons. This is the nucleus. The second shell contains a maximum number of 8 electrons. Okay, and lastly the third shell. So it is remaining 2 electrons to complete it. So we put it here, add it here. So this is now the atomic structure of magnesium. So let's represent the electronic distribution of this structure. So it's going to give us something like this: 2, 8, 2. Alright, so having done this, now to quickly decode or figure out the group, period, and block of these elements, having run the atomic structure. Now note that, as you can see, this is the first shell, this is the second shell, and this is the third shell. So the number at the last shell in its electronic distribution is usually the group. So the number in the third shell here, which is the last shell in this electronic distribution, being 2, will be the group. With the group of this element magnesium is group 2. Magnesium belongs to group 2, whereas the period of these elements will be the total number of shells we have for this element, this using this electronic distribution. So how many shells we have? We have 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3 shells here. That means the period of these elements, this one belongs to period 3. So this is how you can decode the group and period, whereas the block of these elements, the block, right? So magnesium belongs to S block. Now note that, note that group 1 and group 2 belong to S block, whereas group 3 to group 8, okay, to group 8 belong to B block. Did I call group 8 or group 0? Anyone? Okay, whereas elements from 21 till 30, which are the transition elements, belong to D block. Right, so the transition elements from 21 to 30, the periodic table, example, iron, we have chromium, we have zinc, we have copper, and the rest of them. So they belong to D block. So it's important you take notes of this. It will help you a lot, save time. Okay, having done that of magnesium, let's look at another example. Let me wipe this. Okay, so when we are given this element, we are given chlorine. So find the group, period, and block of chlorine. So as you know, chlorine has 17 atomic number. So let's represent the atomic structure of chlorine. Something like this. This is the first shell, contains maximum number of 2 electrons. This second shell contains maximum number of 8 electrons. So we have 10 electrons, now remaining 7. So we put it at the test shell. So 2, 4, 6, 1, that's 17. So this atomic nucleus, this atomic structure of chlorine. So let's represent the electronic distribution. So it's going to be 2, 8, 7. So the last number in the shell is 7. We have 3 shells here, 2, 8, and 7. So the last number in these shells, which is 7. 7 is the third shell. Here shows us that the group of these elements will be group 7, whereas the period will be, so we have how many number of shells? Still 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have period, it belongs to, this element belongs to period 3, whereas the block will be, from what I told you, since it belongs to group 7, element from group 3 to group 8 belongs to one P block. So the block of this element will be P block. Alright guys, so this is for chlorine. Now let's solve one more example. Let's say we are given these elements now. Let's say we are given iron. Alright, as you see, iron has atomic number of 26. Let's represent the atomic structure of iron. The iron will be something like this. This is the first shell, the nucleus. This is the second shell. Okay, so we have 10 now. This is the third shell. Okay, so we have 2, 8, 8, that's 10 plus another 8, that's 18. So let's do the fourth shell. Alright, do the fourth shell. So we have 20, 22, 24, 26. So let's represent the electronic distribution. Is going to give us 2, 8, 8, and 8, right? So this tells us that, let me clean this side, iron belongs to group 8, since we have how many number of shells? They have 4 shells, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so the last shell has 8 as a number. That means iron, the group of iron is group 8. Group 8, whereas the period of iron, we have 4 shells there, is period 4, and the block of iron will be B block. Sorry, it will be D block. D block, because I told you that elements from 21 to 30 on the periodic table belong to D block. So iron is a transition metal. Alright, so this is basically how you can solve for problems involving group, period, and block of elements of the periodic table between 1 and 30 on the periodic table. So guys, we have come to the end of this class. I hope there's something interesting. Apply it and be good to go. If you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed, share the subscribe button now to subscribe to the channel for more videos. So like, share, comment on this video, tell me how you feel. If you seem to have any specific questions, feel free to leave a question in the comment section below, and I should give you a response. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.